is actually happening live in Germany. And hey, England, what's really happening? Whether it's football they are playing or it's a tournament they are playing or what kind of game they are playing, the fans are not actually happy with what England is doing currently. The performance is, I can't say West, it's okay because they got the group and they are qualified to the next stage of the competition. But the next stage is just going to be knockout stages. Will they be able to continue as the last time they were able to put finals? It's a question mark there still to, and we will get you into the details. And remember, hey, Euros is happening, and it's happening. Belgium, I wasn't able to win against Ukraine, but Ukraine is out. Belgium looks like they are also enhancing to the next stage of the competition. But Copa America in itself, Lionel Messi with Argentina is doing it. Absolutely massive, incredible games are happening. The US is also like just winning their games as well. Let's see what is going to happen. I can't talk about Canada, but hey, stay tuned. I'm here with Sammy and Emmanuel. So actually go into details of this football season. If you just join us, remember to subscribe and be part of this amazing community. Your opinions are highly welcome. Lima, welcome.
I'm really excited to join you guys today. Yeah.
Football is happening live in ASHILISPORTS. That's something to start with you in England. What is really happening with England? Is this Gareth Southgate or the players? Against Slovenia, everyone thought it was going to be a downhill for England. And was it because of the way they have already qualified going into this game, or it was just lack of performance? Or the players are not playing years. What's your opinion on that?
I think when it comes to England, they have disappointed a lot of football fans across the world because looking at the caliber of players they have, and we expecting them to show that on the field, it hasn't been like that. So far, I can't even pinpoint one player who has stood out for England. I can't do that. The whole team has been down. It has been terrible. So first of all, I'll blame Southgate. Southgate has been poor, especially looking at the quality he has. We don't even see any solid team from the England team. Harry Kane has not had his game. Jude Bellingham for the past 3 games, nothing to show off. Just the goal. Foden, EPL best player of the season, nothing to show off. Saka has been quiet. In fact, the whole England team has been very, very terrible. The blame is not going for the team, but I'm going to give it to Southgate because Southgate is the one in charge of the whole team, in charge of the qualities, and he's supposed to put one together and make a solid team.
Talking about solid team, it looks like, yes, people were complaining, a lot of analysts were complaining of him losing Alexander in the midfield. But the last game, he decided to bench him and then start with Conor Gallagher. But yet, the creativity wasn't still there. Maybe you can blend it with think that you think with this kind of performances at the Euro, he can still get the Ballon d'Or because he's not starting out this Euro as we expected.
Yeah, so as I was saying, it's a typical English performance. Like way back in 2021 summer, the Euros they played, England scored 2 goals in the group stages, like exactly what they did this time. Okay. But they still managed and find a way through to the finals. So for the English, it is like a typical performance of them. They don't play that flamboyant football, but they find a way to get the result. The only problem with the English national team is like people are expecting too much from them talents they have in their team. If you look like players like Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, and co, they are like the sparking force of the team. Jude Bellingham with goals and assists for Madrid. You Phil Foden who just won the player of the tournament, the league last season. Bukayo Saka in Arsenal's team is phenomenal. Harry Kane, the top scorer, which I think he's winning the Golden Boots or so. So looking at the team, like you could expect more goals from them. And combined like their goal involvement, they can give you like about around 170 something goal involvement just last season. So for the English fans, they'll be disappointed. But when they come together as the like team in England, mostly they don't perform like to the expectation of the fans. So it's like it's a no for me. I'm not that disappointed in their performance. The only thing is that they should just try and at least score more goals. But let's not forget that whilst they have scored 2 goals, they've also not conceded that much. So
Yeah.
if they can keep their defense and maybe score one goal every match, they can just go to the finals and maybe win the trophy. For that one, it depends on every coach and their style. For Southgate, he's not that attacking minded coach. He's more like defensive, and maybe you pack the midfield a bit. For Bellingham, for instance, he's not a typical number 10. Okay, he plays like a defensive midfielder or a central midfielder. Way back in Dortmund, we used to watch Bellingham. But when he came to Madrid, because Madrid was not having a center forward, Ancelotti tried to make a system around the guy for him to accommodate him together with Vinicius Junior and Rodrigo. So I think the problem is not with Bellingham, but it's with the system the coach is playing. Playing him as a number 10. He's not a number 10. The guy is a typical central midfielder, or you can play him as a defensive midfielder sometimes. For me, looking at this performance for this Euros and he eyeing the Ballon d'Or, I think he has to do more. He has to prove like on reasonable doubt that he can win the Ballon d'Or. For me, this performance, if you are voting today, maybe Jamal Musiala will be even ahead of him. But in general, it is just a typical English performance, something new. We all know them to be like that type. They always hype the thing, but their performance and the hype is not like
In
a
short
match.
thoughts.
It's not a match, yeah.
Belgium, Belgium against Ukraine.
Yeah, it's just a hard luck for Ukraine because having 4 points and being eliminated. When you look at their group, everyone had 4 points. It's just the goal difference that separated the teams. Romania topped the group, followed by Belgium, and Slovakia was third. Because of Ukraine's first game, that they lost 3-0 against Romania, that made them like the losers of the group. They were the last in the groups. It's not like they disgraced themselves. Looking at the way they played against Belgium, they did well for their level and the level of Belgium too has disappointed us in these Euros. We were expecting much from them, but looking at their performance, I think Ukraine performed better. Although they are last, but much respect to them. Yeah, they did well.
Yeah, and adding up to it, I think Lonin will be cursing his stars for the first game. What happened? Because a lot of mistakes was done, and afterwards he was dropped. I
Yeah.
hope that after this games he will still regain his confidence because football is like that. Sometimes it goes bad, it goes good. As a loyal citizen of Ukraine, I hope that they'll go home safely and we'll see them in the next tournament.
So Copa America, starting Argentina with Chile. Actually, one goal to feel Argentina was able to get that win. Do you think Argentina, like with the performance right now, I didn't expect that for Argentina to actually win against. But when it comes to football, Chile is also one of the top-notch country that because this Copa America, Chile should have stand against Argentina, but then it's still Argentina with Lionel Messi. What do you make out of that game?
Yeah, when it comes to Argentina versus Chile, Chile for the past years has been the nemesis of Argentina. If Messi was able to hate a country, I think Messi will hate Chile, especially winning the Copa America twice from the hands of Argentina. People were looking at a revenge game, which I didn't see that, but it was a tough game. Bravo to Bravo. The keeper made marvelous saves, and at the end of the day, yeah, Martinez was able to get a goal. But then, looking at what Messi is doing and looking at what the Argentine team is doing, I think they are taking it one game at a time. Right now, if you look at compatibility and the quality, the class of Argentina, I think still I've not seen any team which is yet close to them yet. Yeah, I'm still looking at Uruguay, but then with Messi, I think all things are possible.
And adding on to what he said, I think for the Argentines, it's the confidence from the World Cup that they are playing with now. At first they used to play like with no direction. It was just about Leo Messi. But now the players have all come together and they are playing in one system, which accommodates like their superstar Lionel Messi. So he doesn't do it all alone. You can see Di Maria will bring some from this place. This one will assist. This one will score, and it's rather pushing Lionel Messi to the next level. For me, I think this one of the best Argentine teams we've seen so far, like for the past 20 years. This one of the best here.
And one of the best, talking about one of the best surprises are happening at Copa America. Then you will see Canada. winning against Turkey. Emmanuel, aren't you surprised with this type of win?
Yeah, for me, it's not that surprising because now the football world is like evolving. At first, when you used to hear countries like Canada, you think like, what are they playing? Football was like for the Brazilians, Argentines, the Germans. But now,
Peru,
a player like Alfonso Davies, who is coming from Canada. So it's like now all the small nations have started like getting interest in football, and they are pushing their boys into it. So I'm not that. Maybe they will not have like the big old names in football, but they are having their players that they can play with, and I think it's quite good because way back Canada will not be having a team that can perform that much in Copa America and other competition. But for now, you can say, okay, fine. They have players like Alfonso Davies and other one or two boys that they can just come together and play as a unit. So it's not that surprising because Canada is it's a big nation, but in terms of football, they are not there. Maybe they're just trying to get there now, and it's good.
Yeah, to add to that, watching the Canada game, I think Peru would curse
Star,
their stars because Peru had
Argentina,
their hands on Canada the full 45 minutes.
Sierra,
It was a very good performance for Peru, but one single mistake, the red card, changed the whole game. After the red card had come, it changed the game and Canada took the lead from no other person than David. I'm looking at the group now. I think Argentina has 6 points, Canada has 3 points, Chile has one, and Peru also have one. But it's nice. It's always nice to watch Copa America because there's a thin line between Copa America and African Cup. That is where you show the physique and you show the technique. I think Canada will go far. I'm hoping they go far with US.
on US. Let's finish up with the US. US so far so good for them. What do you think about it? About US in this tournament? What they are awesome. They really also way for opening.
Unfortunately, I've not watched the United States in the Copa America, and I don't know if they've even played their game. Okay, good.
If they are
But the last time I watched them was against Brazil, like that friendlies, and I must say, like they surprised me because the way they attacked, the way they defended, it was like okay, now you can see that the U.S. national team is like trying to do something different with the players like Christian Pulisic, Ryerson. They have these young boys in Europe now. They are pushing to AC Milan. Others are in Dortmund and other stuff. So I would say for me, the match I watched against Brazil, they did very well, and I'll be expecting more from them in this Copa America. Maybe I'll just find time and watch one of their games this weekend and see how they will perform. Yeah.
I think looking at how US have performed is brilliant. Hosting it. When you host a competition like this, there's always that edge over the other groups. The last time US did very well, they went to the semifinals, and unfortunately they met Argentina and they were eliminated. This time around, I think they want to try and go far. Looking at the system that they are playing, I think it's a good system that if the whole young and old mixture of US soccer guys, if they come together and play the same system, facing different teams, I think it's gonna do well. But then I'm waiting for the run of 16. I want to see what happens there. That's when I'll be able to judge US for their performances.
guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for your time. And if you still join us and you are new, remember to click the subscription button, like and share the video, and we're going to see on next week. Ciao.
Yes, there's a game going on between Portugal and I think Georgia. So yeah. So we'll just go and look at Cristiano Ronaldo set new records and and see if your man will just give us a goal tonight because he has not scored like the whole of these Euros. He has just assisted
I
Bruno
think,
Fernandes.
I think Portugal is already down by 1 goal to nil. So the
Okay,
game is
okay, that's an update. Yeah, that's an
yeah.
update.